Cool. So that is us back. We did 2 weeks off, and it was all go for a bit, and then we took a week to relax, and then took a week to kind of get back into this again. So,
Yeah.
how do you feel about everything that went on during that span of time?
Oh, it was absolutely crazy. Good crazy. Yeah, in the 21 years that I have worked here, I would say it's up there in the top 5 sort of craziest periods.
Okay.
Obviously you have Christmas, which is crazy every year, but you just get used to that. That's a nice crazy.
Yeah.
This was a nice crazy too,
But it was a whole other level, yeah.
completely different level. COVID was another crazy that just never ever experienced before, but yeah, this was something completely different. Just to navigate everything, make sure everything was in. Yeah, everything was in order. Everything was sitting. It was fantastic. Now I have to say.
And what was so? What was we've? It'll be in the episode title, obviously. But what was it that set us off for 2 weeks? What were we up to?
So we were established in 1975. Not by me, believe it or not. And we decided that it was time to celebrate a birthday. So 50 years in business, massive achievement. But the business has changed drastically in that time. Even in the 21 years or so that I've been here, I've seen it change drastically. At least three different times. It was eventful.
Yeah, and what was the format of it? Like, what did we take us through? Like, say if we arrived at the birthday party, what was it like?
So what I wanted to do was I wanted to do something that nobody else has ever done before in Northern Ireland that I'm aware of. So you get things like Whiskey Live, you get different wine tasting events, Prosecco events, all these things, but you never get an event for everything and everyone. Us going to trade shows, yes, you do. So it's open to the public, but you're going there in a buying capacity.
Yeah.
So what I wanted to do was I wanted to bring that to the customers and the people of Antrim and beyond. So what we did was we made a list of probably about 50 different suppliers, brands, brand ambassadors, winemakers, different ones that we have contacts for. And we said to them, look, we would like to invite you down to a tasting day, a walk around tasting day. Because most of the tastings we have here are in this room, and it's a sit down event where we will host about maybe 40, 50 people. Everyone will buy a ticket, they'll sit down, and from there they'll be walked through each wine or each spirit or beer individually. So this was the fact that basically we had barrels, we had tables set up, tasting stations effectively, 37 in total, where everyone had a range of products from their portfolio. So we had some distillers there, and they maybe had 4, 5, 6, 7 different things. We had some wine importers. Most of them would have had about sort of like 6 different wines, I would say. One person had, I think, maybe 16. So yeah, it's very hard when you've got a large portfolio. It's hard to narrow it down to what you know.
What if your aim is to sell them? What are you going to tell everybody is your best?
Yeah.
Other than all of them. Really?
Yeah. Well, that's it. So yeah, so we did that. We sold 250 tickets, which was maximum capacity. It really was maximum. It was mental here. And we then we hired a food truck. We hired a marquee to host the event in. So part of the event was in the marquee. Part of the event was in this tasting room, and some more of it in the shop. And then we made like a bit of a beer garden, bought a few picnic tables, artificial grass. We had a red carpet for the entrance and so on. So yeah, it was quite different. But yeah, it was fun. It was all angles were covered, I think.
I think there wasn't really much else you could have fit in anywhere at all.
No.
And so as far as that like max capacity kind of thing went, from an industry point of view, were there highlights for you in terms of what we managed to include?
I would just say that I was probably chuffed with a couple of things. One, getting all the suppliers most of the suppliers to agree. We had to turn down a few, as you know, because we just had no more room for them. And then to sell out all the tickets. I did have a number of 250 in my head, and I was thinking, if we sell 200, that would be enough. And then we sold 200 fairly quickly, and then we sold 210, 220, and then I was thinking to myself, do we have enough room for all these people? So yes, that was interesting. Now, I was starting to get quite nervous on the day, thinking to myself, how are we going to fit all these guys in?
Waiting for the fire department to turn up. That was it was like someone's going to find out that there's so many people in here. That was a bit of a nervous one, but I think it worked out okay, because there was a flow. It was just very slow.
Yeah,
like it was. Yeah, but that's ideally what you want anyway. You don't want people coming for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
A lot of people were staying for 3-4 hours, which is perfect.
Yeah. Some people were in the queue at the very start whenever we opened up at 3, and they were also being shushed out the door at the very, very end. So, whole mixture of people. It's just, you just don't know when people are going to arrive, when they're going to leave, how long they're going to stay for. And some people had dinner booked, so they arrived at 3, they had dinner booked for 7:30. They went down to Madden's Bar, who we worked alongside, and had their dinner down there, got their free drink on us, and continued the evening down there. So yeah, everybody's days was very, very different.
And did you? So it had been in your head. I know you were talking about the idea of it for months, but the concept of the event had been there for years. In a way. Yeah. Did you find the execution of it was different in any way, or was it exactly what you wanted, or did you learn anything that you would do differently or anything like that from your side of it?
To be honest, I am big into visualization. Yeah. And every part of that event was exactly how I visualized. Every single last detail. And there was even things I would be into the law of attraction and blah blah blah. But there's even things that happened that accidentally happened, and then whenever someone came up with the idea or said it, I was like, yes, actually, that was in the plan. From 6 years ago. So yeah, no, everything for me, I could, if you had asked me 2 years ago about this event, I would have closed my eyes and I would have seen everything that we did see. Cool. So yeah, no, it was for me, but it was very, very hard for others. Whenever I was inviting some of our brand ambassadors or reps and so on down, they didn't know what to expect because nobody's ever done this before. And
when it's so fully realized in your head, I know when you try to describe that to somebody else and you forget that they don't have the fully realized image in their head, and it's just, you've almost taken it for granted, but forgetting that you need to lead them through everything. Yeah. But I think they all clock to it really, really well.
And even, I was getting the sense up till weeks beforehand, and you'll probably understand whenever I say this, I was getting the sense that even yourself and Pierce and Joe and Johnny and all the staff here maybe couldn't visualize it the way I was visualizing it. So I was sitting down and I was like, right, we need to do a walkthrough. Right, everyone, we're at the front door, we're walking through, we're doing this, there's the desk, there's this, there's that, we're walking through. So I was able to visualize it, but I was trying to get that
the same image
into your heads. But yeah, so no, it was fantastic. Everything was in our favor. The sun appeared just at the right time. I woke up at 6 a.m. that morning and I thought to myself, my alarm doesn't go off for another 45 minutes. Do I look out the window or not? And I lay there, rolled about. I thought to myself, right, I need to look out, and it wasn't great. And I thought to myself, oh well, is what it is. Tickets are sold now. People will probably stay for a shorter period of time if that's the case. But no, it was fantastic. So it was really well. But yeah, no, the only way I could have described it to people beforehand, and I think it was evident after, was if somebody said, what was it like? It's probably just Disneyland for adults. Yeah, that was it. Yeah, Disneyland for adults, and exit via the souvenir shop, and everyone really enjoyed what they tasted, and the whole purpose was to get them tasting things that they've never tasted before, and open their mind up. And the sales were just beyond what I'd hoped for. And even the Saturday, the day after the event, sales were just unbelievable, and people buying the things that they had tasted the day before. That was every time somebody comes in and asks for something that they got tasting on Friday,
that's the job done.
It's like, you're like, yes, okay,
and
it worked.
what have you heard from people about it since as well?
When's the next one?
Yeah.
When's the next one? I was telling my friends about it. They want to come to the next one.
Are there plans for something similar at all? Do you think? And you don't have to say anything, but I just
yeah, definitely. There's a few ideas in the pipeline. You know, I was sitting thinking to myself, how do I get a bigger space? You know, because you really could have quite easily sold another 100 tickets.
And you could, you'd like a warehouse, you could run it in and just have in one door and out the other.
Yeah. But I like to, I could go and rent somewhere, no bother, and do that. But, you know, I like the whole fact that it's connected to the shop.
Yeah.
You know, it is connected to the shop. And the whole purpose is to, you know, get people into the shop that have never maybe been in the shop before. So, I think it's vital that you keep it within the grounds of the shops. So yeah, that's what I would say. But it was absolutely fantastic. The only way I can describe the feeling of it after it was just imagine you're standing on the stage in Britain's Got Talent and you get the golden buzzer.
Right, yeah.
You know, that's the only thing. Everything just worked perfectly.
That's really good. So, for as far as the day goes, what kind of stuff did you get up to? I mean, when the event started, was it mostly managing, or did you kind of get to take part a little bit at any time? Or
I was managing the whole time. You know, I tried to move 10 meters and 6 different people wanted to have a 30-minute conversation with you, you know, but you had to narrow them down to 4 or 5 minutes and then say, right, I need to go on to do something else. We had the team here had headsets on, so we were able to communicate with each other. People were able to ask me questions, you know, no matter where I was, I was able to answer. But so it was starting off 3 o'clock on the front door, bringing people in, getting them their tickets, giving them the map, which was very well, I suppose it was idiot proof, you know, how the map was. It was brilliant. And then just walking on in through and enjoying seeing other people enjoy themselves, chatting to people. I would say out of the numbers that we had here, you know, I would say at least 50% of the people here are people that I would classify as regulars that I would see on a very regular basis. And I don't mean every day and I don't mean every week, but you would see them on a regular basis. And attend our tastings as well. Another 25% I would say that, you know, I recognise and I have recommended stuff for before and I've had conversations with before, but you know, I'm not the best for names. I will admit I'm not the best for names on the shop floor. I would know things about you that you've told me and I may know what you work at and so on. We've had the conversations, but you know, whenever you're that deep in, it's very hard to try and say, sorry, what was your name again? So that would be the other 25. And then I would say there's about 25% of the people who were here who I wouldn't really recognize.
I would say the same. There were plenty of people who you sort of start thinking, how did you even know this was on? And these people who they must just follow some of the news that comes out or something. I thought that was interesting.
Prime example, a friend of mine who are a couple, they had tickets booked and so they were coming along, just the two of them, and the lady of the couple, she brought a friend along because she happened to tell her friend, I'm going to such and such, and I think the words were, oh, I've always wanted to go into that shop, but I don't really know what it's like and I don't know the reception. And I think sometimes whenever it's like an intimate shop where there's personal experience and stuff like that there, some people can be intimidated about going in. So she was buzzing for it because she'd heard that many good things about coming along. And then the guy of the couple, he was chatting to one of his friends who is a bar manager. Again, he'd never really be in our shop, but he just was like, that's right up my street. That's up my street. So, you know, all of a sudden you've got 2 people who are regulars that I know, and then you also have 2 people who came along with them just because they were talking about it, and it was their opportunity for them to check out the shop.
From a business point of view, it's exactly what you want in that word of mouth. Things just organically move from one person to another. That's quite cool.
So cool. Like I was cutting grass yesterday, just down at the roadside, and got stopped 3 different times, with people walking past, and one of the people I know very well, and she said that she was region, she missed it, and that she had a few friends who'd been here, and they had absolutely loved it. And the other two people had spoke to me just to ask me how it went, because obviously they'd seen it on social media, but at the same time they had said the same words as everyone else. When's the next one? I definitely want to come to the next one, so it won't be any time soon. So that's all I can tell. Although we host tastings all the time, and regardless of the fact that, you know, the bigger event or the smaller event, sometimes the smaller events are as good, if not better, you know, because it depends on what you're tasting, depends on who is here doing it. Like the day that this podcast goes out, Friday the 27th, we will be doing a gin tasting with Basalt Distillery and Paula McIntyre, also known as Paula Cooks on Instagram. So chef within BBC, I think she maybe works. She's on the radio as well.
Looking up there.
So Paula has a gin rum, a couple of gin, and a rum, and Basalt Distillery work with her to distill. So and Paula's also going to be hosting, co-hosting, but also she's also going to be providing some of the light bites that she makes herself. Really so that'll be a quite a good event. Looking forward to that. So I am. So yeah.
What I'm going to do actually is use one of those the headsets you're talking about to get. I'm going to see if we can get someone else's experiences as well before I ask you the last question, and then we can swap.
That's right.
Can we get somebody else? But yeah, from experience, like an experience point of view, is there other stuff that's been on your mind that there's maybe nowhere else to talk out loud about it from the point of view of going to the event? Is there stuff that's been spinning around or things you've been thinking about that you maybe haven't been able to say to anyone or articulate?
Not really. I feel like I have not stopped talking about it. So, you know, I enjoyed it, which was the main thing as well.
I mean, that's it. Really, it has to be. It has to be from.
Just it got chaotic at times. There was a lot of people. We were starting to run out of wine glasses. We didn't realize a whole load of wine glasses sitting in boxes that weren't even used and so on. But because I was sitting scratching my head thinking to myself, surely this is not right. There wasn't enough wine glasses for everybody. No, everything was pretty good. And you know, the flow the whole way through from the entrance, we started off with liqueurs, and then on in up the stairs into the wine section, and then down through where we had cocktails and so on, and like everything was a hit, and it was just placed perfectly. So yeah, I would I honestly wouldn't change a thing.
No, that's good. I'm really pleased, and it was really nice because in the lead up, knowing that it was such a big thing, trying to just maintain my relationship with the event as being just do the things step by step as they're appearing and being told to do them, that to then see it just kind of explode into something as big as it was really cool. Because I tried just to keep it on a level of like, no, it's not, you're not doing the whole thing, it's just do that bit and then do the next bit and do the next bit as and when you basically had stuff passed to me. It was so big when it hit. I thought it was really impressive that it just kind of came and went. Yeah. And there was nothing really caused any struggle or difficulty, and it just happened and everyone loved it, and it was quite cool. Doesn't happen often, I don't think, that kind of thing.
Preparation was key. I think you'll probably remember the conversation that we had that morning where I was just fiddling around the shop doing very little, and one of our neighbouring businesses came in and said, "What's wrong? Why are you not stressing?" You know. But they could see the marquee was up, they could see the toilets were there, but nothing else was done. The barrels were all set out, but they were scratching their heads thinking to themselves, well, what's going on? But because we had about 54 different brand ambassadors over the 37 companies that were here, so whenever they turned up, it was a matter of them turning up, arranging their products, arranging their station, and that was it sorted, you know. So very little for us to do in the last couple of hours, thankfully. So yeah, it was quite good. But at the same time, probably for me more so, I have organised a few Christmas markets before, because I was the chairperson for the Chamber of Trade in Randalstown. So I had taken on the Christmas market from Oliver Kearney, who was chairperson before me, and basically used the same footprint as what he did, but just extended it and used a few bits and pieces from that, the experience I had, to then say, do you know what, this is basically just like organizing a market, you know. So yeah, it was probably what I've learned previously.
You brought something to it. Yeah,
I was able to bring it across, and that's what made it less stressful.
Yeah. No, that's cool.
So
I don't think their radios are turned on, so I'm going to go get one of them. I don't think I turned the other radio on, so it didn't actually make any sound in the other room. So
right, okay.
sorry if it didn't come through.
Yeah, you're right.
But yeah, Paddy and I just sat and talked a bit about. It's now last Friday, or was it
A week
was
ago
last
today.
Friday? Yeah, it was a week ago today, and this will go out a week ago. Today is a week from now.
Yeah.
But it's basically just getting what you thought, what your impression was, what your role leading up to it, or what you did, the kind of things you were putting into it, because it was a bit of a different experience for everybody, I think.
Yeah, it was. It was good though. It was a weird experience. It's not like I've worked in hospitality and stuff before, but it's not something I've ever done before.
Yeah.
Like I didn't really have a role. I think you and Paddy kind of took the lead on it, and then I was just kind of doing bits and bobs, a couple of extra accessories and stuff like that, and just helping out more than having a definite role, I think. Spoke to a couple of reps and made sure that they were there and stuff like that, but I don't think I had a definite role. I think it was more of a support for you two, to be honest. Cleaning up little bits and stuff, but role on the day was definitely bigger. Like the wine room especially, you see walking through here, I couldn't walk through without two or three people grabbing me to get this or whatever. But
there were points as well where you couldn't get in or out of either door.
No, it was absolute carnage.
I remember coming to the door and just being like, "Oh, I'll do whatever I was supposed to do. I'll do that later."
Yeah.
It's just not happening.
Oh, I actively avoided the wine room. If I didn't need to be in here, I wasn't.
Yeah. Did you get, so even though there were a lot of people, did you get near? Because I know I came to Rob Brothers to try some of their new stuff, and I ended up actually staffing two of the other stalls at the same time, trying to like serve people because it was so busy.
Oh yeah.
But did you get round anything?
Yeah. So I carved out time purposely. My parents were here, so I was like, I'm gonna make sure that while they're here, we're gonna try certain things that I know that they would like. So I purposely carved out about 20 minutes, half an hour, where we went through a couple of things that I knew they would like and things that I wanted to try as well. I didn't get to try as much as I wanted to, just purely because I was helping out with different things, and just making sure that everything was going the way it should. And like I say, being asked questions constantly and stuff, I didn't get to try as much as I wanted to, but still tried quite a few things, and there was definitely a few new things that surprised me.
What
and
were some of the new ones? Can you remember?
The Copeland 25.1 surprised me the most, I think.
It was good.
I think it surprised everyone.
Yeah.
I was never a massive fan of the whiskey that came out of Copeland. Enjoyed the gins. The rums I thought were nice, but they never blew me away. The whiskies for me were a bit behind other whiskies that we had that came out around the same time. But the 25.1 was unbelievable. It really blew me away. It was fantastic. I think for a 5-year-old to be that easy drinking, the nice chocolatey notes you were getting from it as well, from that coffee malt they were using, it was
I think
special.
we might be the only people with any of it left in the country though as well.
I think we're very lucky. There was a few dropped off in Randalstown today, so we've got a little bit more again.
We can make that available as well. I think so.
100%. I think
it was pretty special. I'd never tried. I don't think I've had the Merchant's Key or anything like that.
They're decent whiskies. Don't get me wrong, but I just think in comparison to some of the other stuffs that we stock, then it maybe not the top ones, if that makes sense. Like they're not bad, but I think for the price there's better. But that was unbelievable.
It was pretty good. I'm hopefully gonna get one of those guys. We'll try and get. Well, we will not just me. We'll try and get them on, because a lot of the reps I think are excited about the concept of this, to talk about what it is that they do.
Oh yeah,
so hopefully
we spoke to a few that.
That should be quite a good experience. That's another reason why we took a hiatus, was to try and get in touch with a lot of the people who would represent the companies. So hopefully in the next few weeks after this, you might start seeing some of them, which would be cool. I know there's ones we have on our list and other ones that we've had planned, and like certain favorites and things like that. So that should be quite good.
Yep.
And also if there are ones that people do want that we haven't got, they're welcome to let us know.
Oh yeah, 100%.
But other elements of the event, like experiences, things you tried, and like, is there stuff that kind of sticks out in your mind still, or
The thing that kind of stands out the most when I look back at it is the feedback we got from customers and reps alike. How, not to sound cocky, but how impressed everyone was with what happened. Because from our point of view, like, it seemed like a really cool idea, and it sounded like something a bit different, and we were like, yeah, it's gonna be good, yeah, it's gonna be a good day. But like the feedback that we got, I made it a point to, whenever I was speaking to certain reps, that I would ask them what they thought of the event and stuff like that, and the feedback was phenomenal. And it was little things as well that I think we did very well on, like having bottled water was a thing that the reps, a couple of reps had said that doesn't normally happen in other events. Just having that bottled water that you can just walk around and just hand them a bottle of water just to like clear their throats and you know, cool them down, especially if they're the wine vendors upstairs. And then a couple of customers asked if we could do it once a month and stuff like that, which I don't think we could. I don't think Paddy especially could live with that. But yeah, the feedback would be the one thing, and it was just incredible, and just what suppliers and stuff were saying. And some of them had been to so many, like the whiskey suppliers especially, going to like Whiskey Live and stuff in Dublin, which happened a week or 2 weeks before our event, and they were still saying how amazing it was. And you're comparing it to one of the biggest whiskey events in the world.
That's right,
but to have that feedback of how good it was and stuff, and they said a few pointers as well that we can work on for next time.
Yeah.
And I think, hopefully, I'm not going to put words in Paddy's mouth, but I think there's going to be a next one.
Well, we talked about that. So there are ideas for more.
Yeah.
We just don't have a complete image. But I think it would be a bit silly not to do something like that again.
Yeah, I think the dust's still settling, and when we've had a bit more time, I think that's something we'll definitely have a look at. But it's still very early days. But
whenever you say about feedback and stuff, is there stuff on your mind that you might do differently if we did it again, or is there something you would add or take away? Or
one of them came up with one of the reps, can't remember who it was. It came up with an interesting idea of like separating out the wine and the spirits a bit more. Like we had the whiskey here, the beer here, and then the wine up there. They were suggesting maybe having like beer, wine, spirits, like all beside each other.
Oh, right.
And it kind of spreads out because the wine room is so busy. It might spread out people a lot more. Another person suggested having it over 2 days. I think it could be good, but it could be a bit more difficult in like, do you get all the vendors in for 2 days? Or do you do like a wine day and a spirit day? I think, but then you're charging people for 2 tickets, or if you're expecting the vendors to be there for 2 days, it's a lot.
Everybody shows up on day one.
Yeah.
Nobody on day two.
Yeah, especially like Kinsale Mead booked. They stayed in a hotel overnight because they had to travel so far. So like, we'll stay in a hotel overnight, which is really cool to see that the people were putting in that much of an effort.
Yeah,
but you can't really expect them to do that extra night on top of it. But or even I think we just need more space, to be honest. It's a problem we always run into with stock as well down in the shop. Like we just need a little bit more space, but we definitely learn from it, and I think
we could do. Yeah, it definitely is a possibility to do more, I think. Yeah.
Oh yeah, 100%. I think we'd be silly not to do it again.
Definitely,
yeah. No, I'm going to talk to Olivia about it.
So you're just hogging the spotlight here?
A little bit, yeah.
Nice. All right.
His face is designed for a camera.
Is it Jack?
Sorry. Anyway, the 50th.
Yeah, it was good. I left it. I left early though.
You
which
did.
was good.
I mean, you had a decent reason, to be fair, but I still would have stayed for the 50th. But
I mean, if the tickets weren't bought
for
me, maybe because I would have sold them on, but because they were, I wanted to go to Paul It was good.
Yeah,
just keep it hush.
So you enjoyed the 50th?
No, it was really, really good.
Yeah. Any particular like main highlights? Anything?
Probably the crack we done at the start. All of us sitting up. I think that was pretty impressive, to be fair. Yeah, the between 9:30 and 10 to 3.
I think even past 3 o'clock. I still think we were.
But like
the last couple of bits.
But I think the anticipation of it and like doing that and the excitement of doing it, and then you're all like hyper and then you're working faster because you're hyper, and it was just fun.
Yeah, there was a real tough part where we had to move the barrels upstairs.
You should see my legs.
But why?
My legs are battered. From here down, it's just full bruises. From like from taking the you know, from like taking them down the stairs.
Yeah.
Did we hear whenever we took them down the stairs? I think it was just me and Ethan.
No, I was in the shop when you.
So
were
with
bringing
taking
it
them down the stairs, you had to let it roll.
Oh, okay.
Like let it roll down the stairs, and I
So
hit
taking it down was
hit you.
worse.
It hit you each time. It was easier to do, but it hit you each time.
Right. Okay.
It was sore. But
That was the toughest part of the day.
yeah, once it was all set up, it was
It got
just
very easy after.
it was just like a hive. It was just growing and growing and growing. It was class.
It
It was really good. The pizza was unbelievable, by the way. From that wee pizza van.
I
was
was
really
trying
good.
to remember which one I had. To
I
be
got
honest,
the
I didn't
mini
have time to go to the pizza van, so one of the reps was like, I'm going to go get pizza, and I was like, here's a token, can you go get me some as well? Because I just didn't have time. But yeah, I can't even remember which one I had Hawaiian. Because I just said, go whatever. Quite enjoyed it. I'm not
I got
normally
the
a
meaty
Hawaiian.
one. It was like chicken and like
That one
pepperoni
did
and stuff.
look
It
good.
was
That one
tiny.
looked very good.
It
The
was
one with
really
rocket
good.
looked the best, though, I have to say.
That's the one I got.
Is that
Just
that
I
one?
didn't get the rocket part.
Oh, did you?
No.
Oh, that's important.
So I don't want to leaf on my pizza.
But no, it was a really good day. Really enjoyed it. Was there any particular, like, did you get to try much?
Middleton 24. No, I actually didn't try that much.
This
I
is-
tried, like,
this is
3
the thing,
things.
A lot of us didn't
Apart from
try as much
apart
as we
from
wanted
Ethan.
to, but we did get but we did get to try a few things. So Middleton 24 would be, or
yeah, so
Favorite
Middleton
of the
20 that was the first thing I like beelined it to whenever I got changed.
yeah, I have to be honest. I did push a few people towards that. I
It's
think.
because when are you ever gonna do that?
Exactly.
Like when are you ever gonna get the chance to do that again?
Something that rare. It's
Yeah, that's
you
why
have to go for it.
That's why I ran whenever it happened. I was just like
Yeah,
Straight over.
Yeah.
I don't even know what else I tried. Oh, Titanic's new whiskey, like the one that tastes like the one that tastes like Clove Rock. Do you remember we tried the Clove Rock poaching, me and you?
Yeah.
It's
was
like
that
that,
was
but
the-
whiskey. Did you try that?
Was it the second whiskey?
Well, I don't know. He literally just handed me it. He was one of the first ones that showed up.
Yeah, so we had the. I'm trying to remember them. There was the 5-year pot. No, there was the single pot, so it wasn't a 5-year. I don't think it's an age statement. It's the single pot still was the first one.
Mm-hmm.
That was very, very good. Then it was the 4-year plus 1 year in Angostura bitters cask. Was the
Maybe
second
that's
one.
the one I.
And it was like kind of Christmassy.
Would
like
it be kinda
cinnamony
clovey?
and Sort of, I don't think it was
No.
clovey. There was one that I didn't try, so it might have been
Or
the last
cinnamony?
one. It was like cinnamony. Yeah, the second one was like.
That's probably the one I
cinnamon,
tried. Then it was nice. It
Yeah,
was really
because
nice. Different, a whole different finish than what I've ever had off a whiskey.
yeah, Titanic really surprised me. Actually, I was talking about Copeland there with Ethan, but Titanic was another one. So Titanic produced a whiskey a few years ago, their blended one, and it
Yeah,
didn't
it didn't
get
go very well.
a great reception generally, and it had a bit of a peatiness to it. And then they decided to do away with that, and then they brought out this whole new range, which was what we tried.
And that's their own
And
stuff,
it-
isn't it? Or was that Copeland
would
I'm
have
thinking
to-
of?
Copeland,
They just brought
the
out their own stuff.
25.1, which is the one I was talking
What does
about.
that
was
mean?
fantastic.
25.1.
I don't know. I need to find out.
Like,
I should know.
Because
that.
both of them says it, and then one's in limited release and one's not, but they look
But
exactly the same.
the next one's going to be 25.2, but it's 2025. Is that why they're doing it? 25.1. The next year will be 26.1.
1, 2.
Anyway, we'll find that out.
It's a lot of
and-
points.
and get back to the viewers on that one. So yeah, you left.
I left at
Left
6.
at 6.
Apparently, I left as soon as it went like school with.
Yeah.
Like,
Did you come up to the wine room before you left?
I came up
Is it?
to the wine room a couple of times.
Yeah.
I was in and out of it a couple of times,
It was-
getting glasses and stuff. It was very difficult
It was
to
difficult
move
to
around. Yeah, it was
But
like
it was one of those things. It was very difficult to move around, but the atmosphere was incredible.
oh, it was absolutely like it was. See on the day now. See looking around this room, it's really small compared to what it looked like on.
Yeah, it looked bigger.
It looked
I
massive.
didn't think about that. But yeah.
And see the car park as well. It's the first thing I noticed when the marquee
Yeah.
left. Car park. Like
Yeah.
what happened?
Well, even with the marquee, do you remember me saying on Thursday we were in the marquee and I was like, I don't think this is going to be big enough.
Yeah, and then
But then we filled it up with the barrels. Then people started to arrive and it felt like it just like grew.
also see out the front of the shop
Yeah.
where we put the grass. You know, like the fake
I was in
grass.
the marquee, yeah.
Massive on the day.
Well,
Huge. It went-
everything seemed to
like,
just grow.
In my head, I was like, it was like a good 7 foot from the from the thing, and then I looked whenever this fake grass and the pizza guy and all left.
It just went back to being small.
Yeah, I
again.
was just like, what the hell's going on?
But yeah,
But up in here was absolutely crazy. I literally only came in here to either get to the shop,
Yeah.
or vice versa.
Yeah.
Or I was collecting glasses. I did not stay in this room for any more than 5
Nah.
minutes. You couldn't. I couldn't breathe.
But like we say that and it was like mad, but the atmosphere and everyone was having a good laugh and
Yeah, like no one was complaining.
no one complained. That
We
it was too
complained.
busy. I think people were like, "Whew, it's very busy in here," but it wasn't like a complaint. It was like,
It's like a wow.
"Wow,
Yeah,
this is very
yeah.
The reps and all, and it was just like having a conversation. Did you get chatting to many of the reps about what they thought? Or?
A couple outside. I got a couple. A Hotwire was talking to him for a while. I done his
Oh, did you play the game?
and I got it. Like I completed it, and like half the time went yo. It was funny, but I was talking to him. Was talking to Teeling.
Yeah.
I was like, whenever they come up, I was talking to Middleton group. I'm guessing because there was like three of them with the one thing.
Middleton Distillery Group. Yeah.
Yeah, so like the Jameson and the what do they call it? Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
They were all stood at the one counter, so I was talking to them for a while whenever I was trying the 24.
Yeah.
Who else? Talked to Jalisco a couple of times. Never tried his stuff though. Don't know why I didn't.
Yeah, Olivia has had the coconut one, and she raves about how good the coconut.
Oh yeah, she
margarita
said
one
she's
is.
bought it.
I'm gonna need to.
I want to try.
I
the
might get a
strawberry
couple for tomorrow night.
one.
I wasn't gonna mention that part, but yeah.
Oh, I'm not gonna mention it. Literally drops the bomb. Tomorrow night, I might have a few drinks, which means you're not
It's
working.
a Saturday night. Like, could just be having a few drinks and
Yeah, okay.
Anyway, is there anything you would change, or did you just think it was just a good
Bigger.
bigger?
But
That's the running theme.
Yeah, but then
It's how we make it bigger, because we can't.
Yeah,
We
don't
can't
really have
make
the
the
space.
areas bigger.
But
we
then
need
you
to
could
find a way to.
ask, can we like have the car park?
It's council owned, which is
Okay, let's ask.
a fun issue.
Or
Oh no.
no, not.
There are talks about another location, which I don't know if Paddy mentioned, but Ethan can cut it if we're not allowed to. But
I was gonna. That's why I didn't want to say anything there.
Randalstown car park.
No, I know that, but also I was thinking. Obviously, we'll not put this in part, but I was thinking, why don't you ask if we can do a thing in Madden's, because they've got 3 bars.
That could work.
They've got
That could
4
work.
bars.
The only
Outside-
thing is, though, with doing it off site from the vintage is
No, but
the
like
reason we do it is because we want it's
to see us and all
you
that there. I
can-
know
you
that.
can- You can now buy what you've just tried. Oh, you really like the Middleton 24? Well, here you go. Take it home with you.
Yeah,
like,
but
that's
it's
the-
like, okay, follow me up the road to get it.
You could do.
Olivia and
Yeah.
whoever are in the shop waiting.
Poor Olivia.
All right, Pierce then. Pierce is
Yeah.
in the shop waiting on you.
Yeah.
And then walkie-talkies,
work.
I'm sure it'll reach from down there. Can you get a Milton 24 ready?
Yeah.
Yep, no bother. Boom, sat on the table on his walk home. We just takes him a £210 bill.
With discount. There will be some discount on top of it.
Yeah.
Won't be too-
Probably get it.
Is it recording?
Yeah, it's recording now, yeah.
So,
Yeah, we're talking about the 50th.
okay.
And what was your, like, role for the day, and what did you get up to? How
Cut the
long was that?
cameras,
About
hold on, let's
3
start
seconds
again.
before we started giggling? Yeah.
It's because it's you. Whenever it was Ethan, it was more serious. I don't know.
All
Sorry,
okay.
right, wait, no. Okay, right, go again.
This is all going to be included, you know that?
What?
This is all going to be included. Like, he's going to edit all this in.
Okay.
What was your role for the day?
Okay.
You ready?
Right, just give me 1 sec. Okay. No, it's okay. This time, it'll be this time, right. Stop laughing.
help it now.
Okay. My role for the day was basically taking care of the shop, restocking, serving customers and stuff, which was really good until the end when everyone wanted their discounted stuff.
Yeah, it got very, very crazy.
But-
at the end.
It was still quite fun because everyone was sort of jumping in and you were sort of shouting like, "Where's the Bible?" And yeah, it was
Yeah,
a bit
I didn't think that would
entertaining.
be something I'd be yelling in an off license.
Yeah, I know. I think the
it's not that
customers were a
Bible,
bit
it's it
confused.
was our Bible, but yeah. But you got
Um,
out the back and stuff, and you saw
yeah.
what it was like during the rest of the event.
I know,
and
it
stuff,
was
and
so good. I got a bit of pizza,
Yeah.
one bit. I should probably
Which
had
one?
more.
Which pieces did you get?
just the margarita. I was in too much of a rush. I had to pick the bad option, but
Well,
to be fair, the
all the
pepperoni
cook
looked a
kind
bit
of,
suspicious, so I was pretty happy with my choice.
I had the Hawaiian. It was very, very good actually.
Oh my
have
god,
to
I would have
say.
loved that.
To be fair, we had pizza at the very end. As
Yeah,
well.
that was also good.
forgot
I
about that, but yeah,
I
we
was
had that.
worried everyone was going to notice that I ate basically 2 whole pizzas myself. Like, there was
Oh,
not a
that'd
time
be why
I
there was
wasn't
none
holding
left
bits
for
of
us,
pizza. Yeah, it was a lot, but
Right, but it was the pizza was very good.
yeah. I was still able to eat a curry chip when I got home though, even after
Did you?
eating 2 pizzas, yeah.
Oh,
That's how busy we were that
I
day.
went straight to bed.
I know. Well, yeah, but I think the first half of the day was my favourite though, because I got to try a few of the cocktails, the new ones. I
crafty
got in.
cocktails.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
were so good. My favourite was the Tommy's margarita, which is yours as
I
well.
love it.
But he didn't, like, I think he ran out of it because it was so good, so nobody got to take that one home.
Yeah, because he said to me about half an hour before he finished, he said, "There's that bottle there for you to take home with you." And I went back after everyone had left and we'd locked the shop and stuff, and it was completely gone. Like, the bottle was
Oh
empty. I was like,
god.
but
It was just too good. You're just going to have to buy a bottle.
Yeah, I think I might. But the whiskey sour, like Bernie especially was saying how good the whiskey sour was,
Yeah.
but I never got to try it.
I think we still have it in the fridge, to be
Oh, good.
honest.
I'll have to try it after this.
Because nobody took that home.
Did you try it?
I didn't try it because I didn't know, because I'm not the biggest whiskey fan, so I didn't know if it was going to be nice or not, but
Yeah.
supposedly it was.
I know you're not the biggest whiskey fan, but when it comes to like cocktails and stuff like that, like it's not as punchy or anything, so you get all the other flavors coming.
It was probably
through
just
and
the
there's lots of
name that
citrus
put
in
me off, because whiskey and then sour. I was like, okay, maybe not be my thing,
it.
but
I would say try it.
Yeah.
It
I
might-
will. My favourite, other than that, was the Cosmo, I think.
Right, okay.
Just because it reminds me of the TV show Sex and the City.
Yeah.
I would recommend that to watch.
To watch or to buy that bottle of.
Both,
Okay.
but also to watch the TV show. But don't watch it if you're a man, because you just won't get it. Just won't get it.
Okay. Did you try anything else during the day? Any other-
No, I was just, that's how busy
Did
I was,
you
guys.
Not try the Jalisco? Or
No,
was
I bought that
after?
after.
Okay.
But I would also really recommend the coconut margarita Jalisco, because that is like the best drink I've ever had. Genuinely the best. I'm not. I don't know if I can say it's better than the craft cocktails, but it's definitely at least on the same level.
Is it just the coconut one you've had so far?
Yeah, but
I've heard the strawberry one's very good, and I'm very interested in trying the apple one.
yeah,
I think
I
that'd be
might
interesting
do.
because I've had coconut margaritas in the past. I've had strawberry margaritas in the past, but I've never had like an apple margarita.
Yeah, I've not
And
tried.
the sourness
really
of an apple
any,
could be quite interesting
Except
in
that. Yeah,
the margarita. But
I know. It's just because it was so good, I was scared to like not get it and then regret it. That's how good it was.
yeah, did you get talking to many customers about the day and what they said, or like
Well,
days
yeah.
like even after? And
They all really enjoyed themselves, and I could
Yeah.
tell because they were all like at least a little bit tipsy to very drunk when they were leaving. So they must have tried quite a few things and enjoyed them.
yeah, well, that was actually a good thing that we did with the tokens, and it's something that a couple of the reps fed back to us was that the tokens was a good idea because it stopped people getting too drunk. I don't remember
Yeah.
seeing anyone who was properly until right at the very end, because I came up to the wine room and there
I
was some
remember
bottles
seeing
there and
someone
people
who was
were
very drunk.
pouring some of their bottles into their own glasses. But no,
Ethan.
there I was trying to admit the part about Ethan, but yeah, Ethan
It's
did
okay,
have
he can edit this out.
he did have quite a few wines and then whiskies after.
But that's the good part of the job. He was just reaping the benefits. So
I know. Well, he regretted it on Saturday. Were you here? No, you were.
I was in
Randalstown on Saturday.
Randalstown.
Yeah, I think he slept on the floor for an hour or two.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, he was not in good shape at all on Saturday.
I get that. I like to sit on the floor a lot when I'm here, but I always get told
Yeah, you
off
do.
by my manager.
It's a bit weird. But yeah, so you enjoyed it. Is there anything you would change or do differently, or just slight improvements for what will probably be the next time we do it?
Maybe just giving me a walkie-talkie, because I ran into a wall that day and I still have a bruise all the way across my thigh still. Yeah, and it got very ugly looking, but yeah, I guess I can't really blame that on them. But yeah, if I didn't
What
have
was
to
the-
run, I wouldn't have ran into a wall. That's all I'm going to say.
How would the walkie-talkie change that?
Because I could have contacted you without running.
Oh, okay, right, I'm with you.
Yeah,
now.
so
Yeah.
really,
So you
I got
just a
injured because of
walkie-talkie,
them.
that's the only thing.
Yeah, everything else seemed pretty perfect. I would also change it so that I would be a customer at the event and not be working. But I don't think that's gonna happen.
I would like to have been a customer, but like working it was a completely different experience.
Yeah,
Because
it was still good.
you get to see
like-
all the behind the scenes and stuff, and because there's so many people who know you, like I was chatting the entire day to people. And I think
yeah.
that's quite enjoyable doing it that way as well. So
No, kind of famous for a day, sort of.
it was, yeah. Part of that was good. Part of it not so good. One time in particular, I walked from one side of the wine room to the other and got stopped by 4 people because I was
God.
the only member of staff that they knew the name of. And they just needed this, that, and the other, and then I forgot half of it because I'd been asked for so much. But yeah, it was a very successful day, and hopefully we can do it again.
Yeah.
But
The only other thing I have to say
no.
to the customers is, if yous are the ones who took about 1 million tokens and lied and said you didn't have any, shame. Because
Is
we
that
ran
the-
out of drinks tokens at the end of the night.
Is that
So
for
I
the
hope
free
you
Guinness?
enjoyed your free drinks. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, hopefully they didn't. Well, to be fair, by the time I got to Madness, there wasn't that many people from the event there.
Really? They must have all just
No,
had their
so there
drink and
was.
left.
I think there was about 2 or 3 groups, but there wasn't a crazy amount of people left. But I think if I had drank that much here and then went for a free pint, I think the pint would have finished me off.
Yeah,
That
to be
is-
fair.
it's bedtime at that point.
I know. At least
And it is a
people then
long day.
now know
And it
when
was
to go
really good.
home.
Yeah, it was really good weather as well. So
Yeah. Plus, you weren't going to be the experience you had here by going to Madden's. No offense, Madden's. It was just once in a lifetime.
it was.
Come to the next one. Well, maybe twice in a lifetime then.
Yeah, to be fair, I've had a few customers who missed that last one, saying how sad that they missed it, and they already want
Yeah.
us to do another one because they saw pictures and videos and they're very disappointed they couldn't make it.
Well, I'm sure all of us would be happy enough to do another one at some point anyway.
Yeah, I think we've got the experience now and we know what we're doing.
Yeah. Definitely.
A couple of things we can tweak and change that we've already talked about. So
Plus, it's
Be
nice
better
for you
next
to now have the walkie-talkies in general, because when I walked into the shop today, they were talking to each other through the walkie-talkies instead of just, normally.
yeah, I think that's going to be a staple of the vintage in Antrim now. I think we're all going to have walkie-talkies walking around.
But I love that
Yeah,
so much.
it is good. It makes it so much more handy. So, yeah.
But you always have to open it with Roger, and none of you are doing that. So what's even the point? You might as well just be on a
Roger's
phone
like
call.
saying yes. It's not.
I
You
thought-
don't open with Roger.
You don't?
No.
I think you're
Like if I
lying
ask
to
you a
me.
question and you say Roger, that just means yes.
What?
Yeah.
I didn't know you had read a walkie-talkie handbook.
No, I just watched a lot of military films as a kid.
Okay, well then you have to teach me, because I'm going to be using a walkie-talkie because I missed out.
Okay. Well, that's what we'll do now. We'll go over walkie-talkie speed. Okay.
Perfect.
Okay.
Yeah.
Happy?
Are we done?
Anything else?
Um,
Any more rants?
no.
Okay. Right, we should get back to work then. And get Ethan to start doing Ethan things.
So this is the first for the whole show, isn't it?
Yeah.
Have a new one. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is for the 50th.
Okay.
So we're just gonna. I went through with Paddy, Joe, and Pierce and Olivia have all been on in different combos with each other.
Okay.
I've not seen their parts yet, and then this is gonna go towards the end. So
Right,
it's
okay.
basically just kind of want to go through, like, what was your experience? What did you kind of think? Did you have much of a role in the lead up, and what was the day like? Did you have any highlights, kind of things like that?
Yeah, I mean it was like chaotic. It was a very chaotic day, but as you know yourself, but no, I really enjoyed it. It was really, really fun. The amount of people that turned up as well, it was
Yeah, it's crazy.
unbelievable. And I think it was a wee bit nerve wracking at the start just because of the weather, because it was raining at the start, I think,
Yeah.
if you remember. And then it got really sunny, so I think that kind of
It
brought the
helps.
mood back up for a lot of
Yeah.
people. But yeah, no, it was overall a really, really good day. I enjoyed being a part of it. So
Yeah. What sort of stuff did you get up to then?
was sort of just, I was kind of doing a bit of everything, like running around helping reps get set up, and then even setting up like the barrels and all outside and
Yeah.
doing all that. But yeah, it was really good. So also I fairly enjoyed it.
We were on the front desk at times as well.
Yeah, we
registering
were.
People. Yeah, that was. I kind of actually like that because you were a bit more hands on with people coming in than you would have been just walking about.
I think I give you a break from running about all the time trying to help people.
But I think it's sort of that face to face time with people as well. So
Okay, yeah.
you don't get as well. You wouldn't have got as much of that if you were just kind of at a normal event. So
Yeah, and the
I
turnout
quite
was
like that.
unreal as well. It was,
Yeah, I think we'd signed in over 200 people at one point.
yeah,
Which
I think
is
the total, it came to like 215,
Yeah.
220, something
It
like
was
that.
a lot of people, and that was just ticketed ones. It wasn't like
Aye, like,
extras that came in.
They just
Yeah.
turned up. Yeah.
It was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was good.
Did you get trying anything?
I got to try a couple of things, despite being really busy. I did get to try a couple of things. I actually got to try the Puklevak, isn't it?
Yeah,
It was the Sauvignon Blanc.
Slovenian.
Yes,
I think
yeah.
right?
The Sauvignon Blanc sparkling, which I
Yeah.
didn't really know they did that, but it was really interesting
Yeah.
and surprisingly quite cheap, which is really good.
Yeah. What was it? They do the two white blends as well. The
Yes, the
Sauvignon Blanc,
Chardonnay.
Sauvignon Blanc, Pinot Grigio.
Pinot Grigio, yeah.
They were quite good. I actually ended up on their stall when they were trying to sort something out. So
That's
I was
right.
like, I was doing tastings for it, not knowing what it was. So, but then I did get to try it. It was pretty good.
No, I was actually very surprised. 'Cause I'd never had wine from Slovenia or anything like that. So
I've had very few of the what we would call international ones. Even
Yeah,
though they're all international. Like
I
the
like rest of the
ones-
world ones, that sort of
yeah,
thing.
That was a bit of an eye opener. I'll be keen to try more actually now.
Yeah, so will I actually.
Was there anything else? Anything else?
I actually got to try a lot of the Titanic stuff. I don't know if you got to try them.
I got the one in the sour cask.
Yeah, it was like the Angostura Bitters one.
Yeah, or the bitters cask. That was
Yeah,
it.
it was actually really. It was like kind of like cinnamon.
weird.
It was
Yeah.
weird, but it was really, really nice.
But that's what I remember talking to the guy from them saying like, you can run the risk of being gimmicky if you're tied to something touristy,
Yeah.
and what they need to be doing is stuff that sets them apart. And I thought that
Oh,
was
yeah.
a really, really good job.
I've never actually heard any really distillers that use bitters in their
Yeah.
whiskey,
Or
which is
actually,
quite.
before without making it a cocktail. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I thought it was. I kind of hope that it makes them more of an appearance. 'Cause
Oh,
I
yeah.
know well, if it becomes available, I'll make it available via the website. But
Yeah.
I really hope it appears because that was a whole other. It was like a different product.
Yeah, it really was. And the 7-year-old as well. They had a 7-year-old there as
Yeah.
well. It was actually really nice, really smooth.
Yeah. So ran out of memory. Start it again.
Yeah.
7-year-old Titanic.
Yes.
Cool. What was? Did you say? Did you? I can't remember. Did you say anything about what you thought of it yet?
Yeah, it was. I just said it was really smooth. Usually I don't really like whiskey that's like when you drink it, it like burns the throat off you. I'm not too keen on that, but I don't think many people would be like.
Yeah.
But no, it was really, really nice. Really easy to drink. So I really, really enjoyed that.
Yeah. Was there anything you saw that was on offer that you didn't get near? You know, if there was.
To be honest with you, a lot of the wines, as you know, up here, like in the wine room, was hectic. There was a lot of people in here, so I didn't really get around to trying much up there. I did get to try the McConnell's, the cognac cast, their brand new one.
Yeah.
It was really good. And I'm a big...
Unfortunately, that was all we were able to get today, even though it is a longer episode, just based on some storage issues that we ran into with the PC that does the recording. But also, today was under a different format to normal. It was a slightly different way of putting the episode together. So if you did enjoy that, please do let us know in the comments below the episode, and check out any of the description elements just to see some of the products that we talked about as well. If you weren't a particular fan of how things changed, just that more candid style of recording, do let us know as well, so we can kind of cater this towards what it is you, the listener, likes to see in an episode as well. But for now, all I want to do is ask you please to follow the podcast just so we can make sure that you don't miss any more episodes, and to let us know if there's anything you particularly want to see yourselves. But otherwise, we'll see you in the next one.